Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 21st of August 2025. At the time of the recording of the video, this is before the market opens in the US, but the futures have also been trading since last night. So we'll take a look at the market and some of the key levels which took place yesterday. We also have the Jackson Hole Federal Reserve's meeting taking place. I believe today is the last day, and some of these equity markets are at really important levels that they reached yesterday, so we'll try to go through them. I normally do the video the night before, after the close, but I wasn't able to do the video, just recovering from a little bit of flu here, so apologies for that. As always, this video is for educational purposes only, and it is not a financial advice. So what I'll do is we'll start by taking a look at some of the key data that I collect every single night. So these are the daily returns. These are for the 20th of August. So that's the yesterday's trading session. And these are the cash indices, not the futures. So here yesterday, there was a shot up in the volatility for VXN, which is the VIX index, but specific to the NASDAQ 100. So more for the tech stocks. VIX was up as well, but quite moderately. FTSE was performed the best, above a little bit above 1%, and then you can see that yesterday the European index, which is the German DAX, closed negative. Nasdaq 100 down a little over 0.5%. S&P 500 quarter points down, and Dow Jones was pretty much unchanged. This is what we saw, but if we just move back on the year-to-date basis, we can see that the European and the Asian indices, they have performed really well. India hasn't done that much better in comparison to such as the South Korea's indices and the Hang Seng, which is the Hong Kong's index, and the European indices, but they are in the positive territory. Something interesting to take a note of. And then if we just take a look at the ETF performance, so I'll try to actually put this in the Substack as well, so you'll be able to actually take a look at these and download perhaps the images from Substack. So I'll put the link after I upload the video. So here what we can see is that these ARC indices, most of them, they underperformed yesterday. That's been the kind of theme for the last couple of days, as the tech sector has sort of come under pressure, and the Nasdaq 100 has been moving a little bit lower. But the interesting one was this home builders. It was down a little over 2%. Interesting is to actually see XLRE, which is real estate, that is performing better. I think it's in anticipation of lower interest rates. And then if we just go and take a look at this on the month-to-date basis, you can see the home builders have really outperformed, up 10%. XRT, which is retail, XRT is the retail, that has also been doing 6.78%. So that's quite interesting what is happening. If we just take a look at this on the month-to-date basis, and on the year-to-date basis, we can see all the ARC indices, ETFs, they have performed really well. XAR, which is the defense related stocks, they have also performed quite well as well. Okay, and just a quick one about yesterday. So the S&P 500 returned a little less than well, it was down about quarter points in terms of percentage, but there were some stocks which did quite well actually. So this is only 1 day of activity, so we really should be looking at week-to-date basis, month-to-date, and year-to-date basis to get a good picture. And these are only the top 10 stocks anyway. So Sencora, it's really interesting to see this is back in the list, so keep an eye on this one. Dayforce, I think this is the first time I've seen this stock come into it. And Medtronic, it's coming back into it. I've seen this name before, McKesson Corporation. So I think something is happening in the healthcare, and this is what the ETF for healthcare is also reflecting. So I think this is one of the sectors for the investors to pay attention to. Of course, the technology as well. And on the week-to-day basis, we can see Paycom is there, which is part of technology. Juniper Networks, that's quite interesting. That has actually made the list previously as well. FactSec, which is also is financial services, but they are also a data provider, so kind of in the quite an interesting one, quite a stable company. So that's an interesting name to take a look at. And then on the month to date basis, we can see healthcare names and technology names. So these are two sectors that we need to pay attention to. Interesting is to see the Intel being there. I think there is some stuff going on between the government in the US and the Intel. You can read about the reports in the Google. And on the year-to-date basis, Palantir up 106%. Newmont, which is the gold miner, up 85%. GE Vernova, it's been a consistent performer in this list, so pay close attention to this one. Seagate Technologies, which is like, I think it's because of the build out of data centers. They need their hardware, such as the hard drives, for example, perhaps. And then you can see some of these other companies here as well. So I'll put this, I cover this in my weekly newsletter on Substack, so you can actually have a look at there. And if you want to subscribe, it's up to you. But I will also try to put some of this with this video as well in the chart section. Okay, now let's come down and take a look at the futures. This is NASDAQ 100 futures. This is what the price action looks like for yesterday right here. Pretty big pullback. In fact, it was over 200 points range. And then where it has kind of stopped is like this. If we just take this low and this high, right at the 78.6% retracement. So let me get rid of this one, and then we'll just go down to, let's say, the hourly basis. So this is the hourly chart. Here we go. So the really key level for us to be watching is this 78.6% retracement of these lows right here. And if this one breaks down, I think this market is already closing below the 20-day moving average. It's got a chance to move lower. And if we were to just take a retracement like this from the top to the bottom that was made yesterday, and we just take a 38.2% retracement, it also comes at a very interesting juncture right here, 23,430, which is also the structural support. Here's a possibility we could see stops are being around here being targeted, but if the market then sells off here, then that's a bearish price action. But if the market actually closes above this, then I think we have seen a pretty nice and important low right here. So this is the way it should be interpreted per my analysis. So very black and white, 78.6%, around 23,000. Getting below this, I think the market has a chance to pull to move lower. And then getting above this, we might have seen an important low right here, and then the market could go range bound, but it's got a chance to at least test the upper boundary of the range. So this is what we are looking at. And then if we just take a look at this on the S&P 500 E-mini futures, this is the hourly chart. And here what I'll do is let's draw a retracement from this level. So this one is stronger than the NASDAQ, and I think it's more like 50% retracement that it did. Yep, it's like a 50% retracement. And then the interesting thing is, by the looks of it, I think we have a extended ABCD right here, perhaps. Yeah, in this range right here. So again, really important to watch this level. And then the one that I was actually watching was the Russell 2000. And in the Russell 2000, what we have got going on is actually a pattern formation like this. And I believe it was exactly a 1-to-1 price projection. There we go. So I was watching this one. So we had a 1-to-1 price projection. And in terms of the retracement, let's just go down to these lows right here, right at the 38.2% retracement as well. So pretty important support level right here for the Russell 2000. Getting below this, I think, is opening up the doors for the 61.8% retracement around at 2222. But right here, pretty important support. And then if we were to take a look at this on the Dow Jones Industrial, in the Dow Jones Industrial, if we just go back right here and take a retracement, the 38.2% is a little bit lower. And then if we just take this one, which is also an important one, yeah, right at the 38.2% with this one. And then we have the on this is an hourly chart, but we have a 200 hour support moving average right here as well. So I think it is I can go down and we can have some smaller ABCD patterns right here, which are coming down into it as well. So really important levels which were hit yesterday at 38.2% retracement around 44,800 in the Dow Jones. Russell 2000 just showed you that ABCD pattern, and the nasdaq right at the 78.6% retracement. So these are really key levels that we should be watching for today. Getting below these levels, in my opinion, indicate that the market is going for a further pullback. But if we just rally from here, or we stabilize right from here, we could have a range bound market one more time. This is how I am looking at it. And then also let's take a look at the gold market. So this is the hourly chart. Let me go to the daily chart on the gold. There we go. So yesterday what we had in gold was an up day. The market was up nearly 1%, and then it's kind of consolidating right here. What I did not like was last Tuesday the market closed below the 20-day moving average, and it seems to have reclaimed that, and it's just kind of hovering around that level. And then it's coming back off this 78.6% retracement right here, and we can even go back down, and you can see we have exact 61.8% from this key low. That was a really key low right here. So I think it seems that the market is building support right around these levels for the gold market. And moving down to the 30-minute chart, let me see if we can spot yeah, so I think we have a pattern formation right here. So let's take this high to this low, and there we go. We have this really nice ABCD pattern forming right here. And in fact, if I just take the expansion of this level, let's see what do I get. Get rid of this, and 1.272. So we had pretty good support coming right here. So I think, in my opinion, this is a really important low that gold made yesterday around 33.50, and we got a chance, as long as this is held, we could be doing an ABCD higher. So let's see what sort of retracement we got. I think it's slightly more than a 38.2%. Yeah, 38.2% retracement. We can do a ABCD like this. Here we go, a 1-to-1 price projection like this. And then I like to see expansions of the BC swing. So the expansion of the BC swing, boom, boom, 3400, excuse me, 3400, slightly above that, with the possibility of 3415 where we have the ABCD. That's the kind of region we can target, as long as this 38.2% support is held, which is our swing point C. So A, B, C, D. This is what we are watching. Short video, just wanted to cover the price action that we saw yesterday in the equity indices, hitting really important levels, especially NASDAQ 78.6% retracement, Russell 2000. We saw ABCD also. I think we saw that 38.2% retracement level, S&P 500 important level as well. So let's keep on watching this in the Dow Jones as well. will get some news out of the Jackson Hole. I don't know whether that will mean much or not, but those key levels are the ones that we are watching. Getting below those key levels shows further weakness in the marketplace. If we held those levels, we are likely to go range bound to rally again. This is how I'm interpreting that. So I will do another video with the follow up tonight, and keep you guys posted. Thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon.